Hey, what is up? Stefan Georgi here, and in this training I want to talk about how you can get paid good money to write great ads for business. And what I'm talking about is copywriting and direct response copywriting. This is really like copywriting 101, an introduction to the world of writing ads, what the ads look like, what copy looks like, all of that kind of stuff. So something to get your beak wet. And I do have some stuff in this presentation that will be valuable even if you are a bit more experienced as well. So quick question, right? Who am I? If you don't know, and why should you listen to me? I'm a direct response copywriter and marketer who sold close to $1 billion worth of stuff online. I've grown 8 businesses to 7 figures, at least. Some have done 9 figures. I've generated millions of dollars in freelance copywriting fees. I'm one of the highest paid copywriters ever. Here's an article from CNBC's Grow about, how I earned over $1.3 million in 2020, and I share some tips on that. Here's Forbes talking about me here, and basically, at the time I had, grossed over $700 million in sales, but you can see that right in here too. I'm a copywriting coach and mentor to 220 plus high-level writers and business owners who collectively generate over $1 billion per year in sales. And I really care about you and your success. I get called by the List TV the millionaire freelance matchmaker. And I'm also a devoted husband and father, someone who counts himself as pretty damn lucky. This is my daughter, who is the light of my life. This is Rick Ross pointing at me in Miami. Not that relevant to the presentation, but I just love that, it's a cool photo and makes me look super cool that I'm like right there with Rick Ross. But let's get into the point of this presentation, right? What is copywriting? From Wikipedia, which is of course the greatest source of information ever, copywriting is the act or occupation of writing text for the purpose of advertising or other forms of marketing. So in other words, copywriting equals writing ads. It's really, on one level, it's that simple, right? Anytime you watch a television ad, hear a radio ad, read a newspaper ad, watch an infomercial, see an ad on Facebook or Instagram, it was a copywriter who wrote that. And this copywriter could have been a freelancer. They could have been an employee of the business that was advertising. It could have been the business owner themselves. It could have been an advertising agency. But still, someone wrote that copy. And here's the secret. A lot of copywriters get paid quite well to do this too. And hopefully, you may already know that, and that may be why you're watching this. Because the caveat there is that you do need to know what you're doing, right? More on that in a minute. So there's tons of different types of copywriting, but what we're going to be focusing on here is direct response copywriting. So direct response copywriting is writing ads and promotional material where you want the person who's interacting with your copy to take a direct action, where they're told to take a direct action. So for example, the person could be told to click here, order today, pick up the phone and call now. Go to the website, this website, and enter code BLUSH at checkout to save 15%. Text HAIR to 44231. Schedule your free consultation, right? These are all, we'll talk about them in this presentation. These are all calls to action. You're basically telling the person who is viewing the ad to take action, right? Very explicitly. That's direct response copywriting. You're writing ads where you're telling the person to take action. So with direct response copywriting, the goal is that after a person has read, watched, or interacted with any piece of copy, they take an action. And by the way, this person who we want to take action is often referred to as a prospect. So the prospect equals a prospective customer. Okay, so why should you get good at direct response copywriting? Well, if you want a side hustle or a full-time hustle, it could be a great way to make an awesome living. Here's something from Alex Cameron about using my RMBC method, which is a copywriting training program that I think is world class. Talking about how joined end of May, I've already made 6 times back my $1,000 investment. Not too shabby for a greenhorn like myself. Andy Jeffs said ever since I got RMBC, I consistently made between $5,000 and $10,000 per month. He's enrolled a bunch of high ticket paying clients in the space, doing a lot of cool stuff. Connor Boylan, basically between my mastermind and the RMBC method, and the mastermind I run called Copy Accelerator is also about copywriting. Went from making $65,000 a year as a struggling copywriter to making over $100,000 per month as a business owner. Mario Castielli talks about just how he's writing better, faster copy Right? And here we have you. If you're a business owner, good copy is one of the essential keys to making more sales. That's another reason why you'd want to learn this. So Jay DeBolt, who runs a program called Credit Secrets, talks about how, learning copy from me and my RMBC method has changed the game for us. It allows us to launch and refresh offers faster than I've ever imagined possible. So now I'm able to focus way less time on writing copy and more time on growing the business as a whole. Jeremy Reeves talks about how he'd sold over $100 million, via sales letters, but now that he is better at copy, he's able to write new copy in 3 or 4 days more consistently. And for his own offer, he's getting a 2 to 2.5 time return on investment on paid advertising, basically. And it's funny, is he wrote this and said, "I'm, in the process of rolling this out, and I'm expecting it to be a multi-million-dollar funnel," and it is. Jeremy's probably hit close to $10 million in his first year of this offer, which is crazy. Another one from Eddie Barrett, Boris Enzel, says that RMBC made him more money than any other copywriting system by far. He was able to crack several new traffic sources, etc. So, whether you're a freelancer or somebody who's looking for a side hustle, a part-time side hustle, a full-time side hustle, you're already a seasoned vet, you're a business owner, whatever, learning direct response copy is super valuable. Don't freak out. I'm moving myself back over to here so that we can keep going, because I like being in this little corner here more than the other corner. Okay, so my own personal story, just real quick, if you don't know me. In 2011, I was working at an outdoor school in Marble Falls, Texas. Hence, that's me there. That's the mustache that I rocked at one point. I feel like I'm more comfortable with my sort of beard than that stash. But I was really enjoying myself. I made like $200 a week. I lived in a double wide trailer. I had a roommate and I had 5 other trailer mates. But I was teaching kids about nature, stuff like that. Loved it. And really just thought I'd keep doing that. And then my dad got sick with cancer towards the end, like May of 2011. So I ended up leaving this outdoor school where I was basically an outdoor ed instructor and going back home to San Diego to be with my dad. And after he passed away, which happened in October of 2011, about like a month and a half after that, I went to Vegas to a poker. Well, I went to just gamble and hang out, but I ended up at a poker table. Girl sat down at the poker table. I thought she was really beautiful, and somebody asked her what she did for a living. She said, "I'm a writer," and then I went to talk to her. So I said, "What kind of writer?" And she said, "I'm a copywriter." And I said, "Wow, a copywriter, that's great." And I took out my iPhone 1 and I Googled under the table, or I used Safari or whatever, like, what's a copywriter, because I didn't know. But what I found was that the fact that I could get paid money to just write and be creative, and it still feels like a cheat code sometimes, like I won the lottery. And since then I've started multiple businesses, I've sold $1 billion worth of stuff, done all these cool things. But yeah, just copywriting has changed my life, and that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with other people too. So with that being said, what does direct response copywriting look like? It can take many different shapes. So one example would be Facebook ads, as we're going to get to here. And I'm going to show you examples. I'm going to pop open something to show you. Give me but a moment. There we go. Okay, so right, you're on Facebook, you're scrolling through. Here's an ad right here from AeroFit. Great for your abs, boosts your energy levels, helps you sleep better. The world's first smart breathing trainer is here. Breathe better than ever before. Cool picture. World's first breather trainer. Shop now. See the benefits of AeroFit breathing trainer and how it can improve your, and it probably says health, but you have to hit shop now, right? So there's an ad that you're getting as you scroll through your feed, right? Somebody wrote that. A copywriter wrote this ad. Probably, it could have been a freelancer, could have been someone on their marketing team, whatever it is. A copywriter probably picked the picture, or the media buyers did as well, and they're probably testing a bunch of these. It's cute. My friend Joey. Damn. Jack from there. Keep scrolling. Let's see if we can find another ad. Here we go. Ecom World Conference. How to craft the $100 million mobile product page. Learn how to craft the perfect product page at Ecom World. Book now. And then let's see how much copy. So this one's a little bit longer. I'm not going to read all of it. But, right, there's an ad. So Facebook ads, this is written by a copywriter. Okay. So I'm actually just going to go, and you can sort of look at my PowerPoint. I'm going to cheat like this here. So we go through this. All right, YouTube ads. So I don't really have to explain that. You've seen YouTube ads before, I'm sure. They bust over to YouTube, though. Give me 1 second here, and let's pull something up and see if we can find an ad. See, an ad starts before this. Nope. I feel like I was trying to do this earlier, and it's like, of course, YouTube's like not showing me any ads right now. But let's see if we get an ad for this one. There you go.
To make money from YouTube without creating videos. That's right. You can use other people's videos to make money from YouTube. Allow me to explain. You see, these products and app companies will create.
So this is an ad about making ads in a very meta way. But and it's here on like on YouTube, right? So there you go. All right, perfect. Native ads. Now, some people get more confused on native ads, but frankly, they're just not that hard. So I'm on weather.com here, right? So there's these are banner ads, right? You see these ads for Blissey and Versace, because I bought my wife a Versace robe for our second anniversary, which is the cotton anniversary. So probably why I'm getting targeted for robes from Versace, right? But so these are banner ads, but which aren't not very pretty, but whatever. But what we want to look at is a native ad. So native ads is you're scrolling through, you've got your banner ads, you kind of know those are ads. But right, as you scroll through the content recommended, photos, and you sort of see sponsored content, which this is like a little weird, but like then as you're scrolling, basically the point of native ads is that they don't look as much like, they look a little bit more native to the website, more like their content, right? So this is for try the world's best CBD for $10 today, Tommy Chong CBD. Now if I click on that, it takes me to a interesting little e-com trial page actually. But we'll get back to that, which is, again, somebody wrote all this copy. I know the person who owns this company, right? But let me see if I go to Forbes.com real quick as another example. Okay, great. Here's the thing about Biden canceling. See, this is intrusive. This ad is not native, right? But if I scroll through, usually, maybe not today. God, what a shitty user experience, right? All right, we're not seeing those. Sometimes if you scroll through, you'll see ads from like around the web or whatever it is. So those are native ads. I mean, like, let me try one more place. This is my local newspaper. So if I like the Review Journal in Vegas, I come down here, I'm reading an article around the web. Now, honestly, these are like they look a little bit more like ads, but sometimes it's like disguised a little more. But anyway, those are basically native ads, so not too complicated regardless, right? Advertorials. What are advertorials? So basically, you click on an ad, often like a native ad, for example, and it'll take you, instead of taking you right to a page, like a sales letter. Like here's an example, right? So we clicked on the inflation tidal wave will wreak havoc, right? From Stansberry Research. I know they're a direct response copywriting financial company. They do sell investment stuff, right? So we come here, advertorial, putting the financial industry on notice, right? This tells you everything you know about the state of affairs in America today. Basically, it's like a short, like kind of like little like news article type thing to get you to have curiosity. And if you click on this part here, the video or the link here, it'll take you to a long format page, a VSL, video sales letter.
However much money you have saved, and whether you're retired.
You can see it's an hour and 13 minutes long, so a very long ad, right? But here's another advertorial for a pet food, dog food. So if you look through this, right, same thing. You see an ad on the internet, you click on it, it takes you to a page like this. You read it, kind of feels like an article. Then when you click here, it takes you over to a sales page, basically, right? And then finally, we have, well, fine for now, like email ads or just emails, right? So if you just go to your promotions tab of, like Gmail, for example, right? Like these are all ads, and lots of them are direct response. Like some of them more aggressive than others, like fasting and soups, like weight loss soup, right? And then it's like, an ad of like new wave of weight loss soups, click here, people are losing 50 pounds, right? Stuff like that. But really, when you think about it, people are always like, sometimes they're weird, clogged penile arteries. But when you think about like the fact that like people are like, oh, like, is it hard to get clients as a copywriter? And the answer is like, not really, because like look at, right? Like these are almost all ads. These are all from the last like 2 days for me, and somebody wrote them, right? And then I actually take other ads and put them in a special folder in my Gmail too. So like lots of other people's ads too, right? So there's just, these are all, copywriters wrote all of these things. That's what's important to understand, right? Cool. So let me go back to presenter mode. I'll show you some more types of copy too. So moving my head back over to this corner. Look out, world. Okay. Okay, landing pages. Actually, I did all that, and then really I'm gonna be opening up more stuff here. So give me 1 second. Okay, what's a landing page? It's really just a special page on a website that is, selling a product or service, and that's really it. You may hear some laughing in the background. My wife's got her friend from New York who just came in today, so they're having a good time. But like this is a company called Blissy. They sell pillowcases, so you can see LP1 up here, right? Landing page 1, because this is like different than if you go to Blissy.com. If I go to Blissy.com, this is their homepage, right? It's very not a ton of copy, all that, like, it's fine, but you're not really going to sell a ton of stuff from this page generally because you just don't have a lot of like copy for it, right? So they create pages like this that then ads, like you saw, like email ads, native ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, whatever kind of ads, then send people to this page, which again is, on their website, but it's a unique page where they're sending people with the purpose of getting them to buy. It's more direct response. This is more for the brand, right? Like big picture, not even a copy here. But it's great for branding, I guess, but when you want people to buy, you come to here. And it's like the pillowcase that works while you sleep, improve your hair, skin, and health while you sleep. Has a bunch of social proof about it, like magazines, or not social proof, like kind of credibility. Magazines have featured it. They talk about all their, 40,000 plus reviews, quotes, like the perfect pillowcase, right? All kinds of stuff. So this is like a landing page. Here's another one for a company that sells like basically like eco-friendly water laundry detergents, right? It's a page. It's got like telling you to buy. It has like headlines, all that kind of stuff. So those are landing pages. There's text sales letters. So for example, the Tommy Chong thing that we looked at a second ago, right? So this is like the sales letter for it. Tommy Chong reveals for the first time, cancer saved my life. How 9 months in prison and a cancer diagnosis reset my health, restored my energy, and led me to discover the real reason so many people don't like CBD and what you need to do instead. So if you scroll through this, right, it's quite long. It's a really long letter. And yet, this does tens of millions of dollars a year in revenue, right? And someone had to write it. In this case, the owner wrote it. But this is what I get paid to write these kind of letters, right? This is like copy. I mean, I know tons of people are getting paid tons of money to write long-form sales letters like this, called text sales letters. Then there are video sales letters. Now, by the way, if you really want to go deep on all this stuff, like text sales letters, video sales letters, things like that, like that's where my RMBC method comes into play. So you'd want to use that to really get good at writing all of these sorts of things, right? That's what the RMBC method is for. This is more to give you like an overview of the different types of assets, right? Video sales letters here. So let's see if this one link still works, right? Here's it's another health one, but watch this.
It doesn't matter that 20 doctors have told you it's all in your head. I got news for you. It's actually all in your gut. Cardi.
So basically, this is going to be like an hour long, right? So it's like a text sales letter, but it's a video script. It's like an infomercial, but for the internet. And that's what I do too. I write a ton of these, right? Here's one for a financial thing. Again, it's a big health, wealth, and relationships are the big categories. Why you should never bet against America.
Turn your speakers up. From the humblest of beginnings in tiny Levittown, New York, he earned a master's degree in public administration.
So it basically feels like a documentary, but this is like an hour plus long video trying to get you to buy a financial newsletter, right? Video sales letter. Okay, so now I think I can go back to my presenter mode here, and we're going to do that. Give me a moment to do it. Okay. So I want you to realize that everything I'm showing you here, all of those ad examples, they were all written by copywriters. And many of those copywriters were freelancers who started out by doing copy as a side hustle, a part-time job, whatever it is. But it's important because once you start getting good at writing effective sales copy, it is entirely possible to start earning $3,000 a month, $10,000 a month, even $20,000 per month over time. Not every single person will do that. It can take time. Some people have faster success than others, but this stuff is possible, right? Here's one from David, who emailed me, FYI, I made my first five-figure month applying RMBC to my copy. So he started using my RMBC method and made 5 figures for the first time in a month. Joey Hung has a whole thing about how basically he went from, kind of like struggling to suddenly writing long sales letters, right, in a short amount of time. Managed to get a full-time gig with an 8-figure DR firm. I know without RMBC in the community, I never would have had the confidence and skills I have now. Hands down, best copy course I ever created, which is awesome. Scott Mills basically said he doubled his upfront income, get a lot of royalty income from RMBC, which is a good methodology for teaching how to write great sales copy. Okay, so what makes copy effective, right? Now you know what sales copy looks like, and you kind of know different ads and different examples of it. So what separates good from the bad and the ugly when it comes to writing copy? This is again, not going to be a exhaustive masterclass. For that, you really need something like RMBC method, or join a mastermind like Copy Accelerator, but it's a good start. So here's my kind of essential checklist for good direct response copywriting. First of all, it immediately captures your prospect's attention. Remember, prospect is your prospective customer. So you have a strong opening line, headline, subject line. You're invoking curiosity, you're evoking emotion, you're presenting contrarian ideas. So, great example is that Tommy Chong one. Tommy Chong reveals for the first time, cancer saved my life, how 9 months in prison and a cancer diagnosis reset my health, restored my energy, and led me to discover the real reason so many people don't like CBD and what you need to do instead. So again, right, does it capture the prospect's attention with a strong opening kind of line or headline? And does it evoke curiosity? And is it contrarian? Right, that kind of stuff. Well, cancer saved my life. It's Tommy Chong, so there's curiosity there, right? There's some emotion, around this whole idea too. 9 months in prison and a cancer diagnosis, right? So 2 different curiosity invoking elements right there. Here's the opening of an email from Jen Kim, who's a badass, great marketer. Love her. She's so smart. But it's just about getting your pants on. That's the subject line of the email, right? So that's a good subject line. You're like, what? What's she talking about? You open it. Yeah, some things are a joy to get started. That twerk-worthy playlist, your Wine of the Month Club, Season 1 of Bridgerton, Hey Simon. Other things, not so much. Right, now she's got a heavy female demo, like a lot of women that are following her. And so, subject line gets you interested, right? Kind of curiosity. There's emotion here, it's humor, right? But that counts as well. So just bringing you back again, right? Curiosity, emotion, stuff like that. So yeah, here's one more. This is from my wife for her skincare company, Eating Beauty. What we stand for: pure ingredients that are hella powerful, no fillers, no toxins, no fake stuff. Daily peel for dark spots. You see the learn more, right? Over 1,000 comments, 577 shares. This one, honestly, the reason I included this one more than anything is the image. I think the image actually, yellow generally makes people feel happy as a background. It really pops, and that alone can be strong, right? Sometimes it's not about the writing, it's also about the image choice here and how that can capture your attention. Okay, another element of good copy is that good copy focuses on the prospect and quickly answers the question of what's in it for me. So here is Dean Graziosi of his free book thing, where basically you can get a free copy of the book, use pay for shipping, and then they sell you more stuff on the back of it. That's like a free plus shipping model, right? So they get you a free copy of the book, just pay for shipping and handling. Right, so what's in it for me? There are about 1,700 new millionaires every day in America alone. What's their secret? Get your free hardcover copy of Millionaire Success Habits today and discover what makes them different and how to follow the same formula. Get your free copy of Millionaire Success Habits shipped in less than 7 days. So back to this. Focuses on the prospect and answers the question of what's in it for me. So what's in it for you? Discover how basically how the formula that the millionaires are using that you can use as well, right? Immediately answers that. This is an email from Ryan Dice, co-founder of Digital Marketer, and they're a good group to follow as well. Your homepage sucks, right? Immediately gets my attention. I know it's rough to hear, but it's okay. You're not alone. Most homepages are terrible because most marketers don't actually realize what a homepage is supposed to do, but I do, and you will too after this, right? So what's in it for them? They'll learn what a homepage is supposed to do if they click that link right there, right? Here's another one for a property management company. We guarantee our landlords rental income. Yes, you read correctly. Landlords who have rentals in Las Vegas choose us to manage their properties because we protect their investment, we protect them against any tenant-related issues, we protect their time, and most importantly, we guarantee their rental income. Powered by innovation, we make rental properties more profitable, predictable, and hassle-free. To learn more, visit our website, right? So what's in it for me? Well, to guarantee my income. Oh, answers it right away. It's about me. And if I'm someone who has a rental property, this is giving me information, like this is speaking to me, right? So again, focuses on the prospect and quickly answers the question of what's in it for me. That's the second one, right? Okay, number 3. It calls out the prospect's pain point and promises a solution. This is important. Why do people buy when they're in pain? And it doesn't mean physical pain necessarily, but it means there's something that they're not happy with or that they want to solve or resolve. That's when they buy, right? So here's one from Carnivore Aurelius, right? Eat beef liver, learn to fly. Beef liver in a crunchy crisp, no slimy texture or gross smell, but all the pure and powerful nutrition. If you want nature's original superfood, a food that puts multivitamins to shame, wait until you get addicted to these bad boys. Did we mention they're grass-fed? Get 1 whole month's worth of beef liver crisps in a single bag. And it's a testimonial. I read a lot about the benefits of organ meats, but didn't find them very palpable. I wasn't a fan. Then I tried the crisps. Now they're an addiction. It's really hard not to eat a whole bag every day. I love them. Do yourself a favor for yourself and your loved ones. Replace the junk food in your life with the most nutritious food in the world. Eat Carnivorous Aurelius crisps, right? So it basically, I guess this one doesn't call it a pain point. A little bit. I mean, the pain point of things not tasting well, right? But also promising like a solution right away. It is like promising you that you're going to be able to eat like a super healthy food and actually enjoy eating it, right? That's like the promise. Like you can eat you can eat beef, or if you're into like beef organs, which sounds crazy maybe to some people, but that they are like a superfood. You're like, yeah, I want to eat it, but it's like tastes gross and I don't enjoy it. And it's basically like, nope, like, the pain point is usually a slimy texture or gross smell or something like that. But they're like, no grossness, just all the benefits, right? Pain point, grossness, benefits, no grossness. Here's one from Ty Lopez and Rudy Mahler. Right, imagine behind the scenes tour and our ad managers with myself and the team teaching you how to run profitable ads. Well, for the first time ever in 20 years, you now can. Learn Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads with us. All our secrets revealed. So basically not calling a pain point here, but there is a big promise, right? Basically, like, we're going to show you exactly how we run ads. Get your best sleep yet with tips from a neuroscience professor and sleep researcher Matthew Walker. So again, just big promise, get a good night's sleep. Pain points would be stuff like tired of dark spots, right? Like find out how to eliminate them with Eating Beauty's new skincare product. Something like that. Okay. A fourth element of direct response copy is that it often includes a story. Storytelling is important for a lot of reasons, but mostly we connect with things emotionally first and then intellectually second, right? Give me one moment here. Okay, sorry, I drank some Pellegrino real quick. But yeah, that's why stories are important. So here's one, right? This is these hand-carved animal skulls. But master carvers from Bali spend 2 to 3 days carving each skull by hand with the intent to transcend the death of a beautiful creature into a sacred piece of art. Right? Premium quality hand-carved skulls by Skull Bliss. Shop now. Genuine carved animal skulls stand out from the crowd with hand-chiseled skulls. So something like this, going back to what we're talking about here, right? Including a story. This tells you a story. It makes it way more interesting. Like it's like a cool art, but now when you hear the story of master carvers from Bali spend 2 or 3 days carving them, now you're like, ooh, I relate. It's more interesting to me. I might be more interesting if I buy this, right? And that's what they're going after, stand out from the crowd. They're basically saying if you buy this product and hang it up in your house, you'll be more interesting. And you can tell interesting stories about the product. It's a conversation piece to people, right? Well, like, cool. Like, now you have the story. They give it to you, right? Here's another one, like, multimillionaire consultant reveals how a handful of coaches, consultants, and service providers use this converted framework to double their output while they slice their workday in half. This is like a headline right here, right? This is the top part. But then this is for traffic and funnels. If we have a baby, is it just going to be me? One of the worst moments of my life was when my wife, Lindsay, looked me in the eyes and asked me that question. The words felt like a dagger twisting my soul. You see, I was ready to start a family at that point. Right? So we're starting off an emotional story about basically this is how he wanted to start a family, but he was working all the time. He couldn't get out of his business. He was trapped in it. And then he discovered, a better way, a system, and now he teaches it to others. But it starts with a story. And back to the Tommy Chong one, right? Hey, I'm Tommy Chong. If there's one thing people know about me, it's that I love laying up, right? My wife jokes that I'm a walking drug test. If anyone under 30 recognizes me on the street, she assumes they do too. But almost 20 years ago, I quit cold turkey. More on that in a second. And my health completely fell apart. Right? And it goes into like, all my life people have been telling me that stuff was going to kill me, but quitting turned my health upside down. My joints began to ache like they never had. I was constantly tired and sore. I was getting up several times a night to pee. Never getting a decent night's sleep, etc. Right? So he's telling this story. And here's one more. This one's an email from Dan Ferrari. Number one marketing lesson from the time my brother killed a guy. Actually, it was 2 guys. Hold up. Don't freak out. They were bad guys. I'll tell you the entire story in just a moment. So basically, he's talking about how it was like the 244th birthday of the U.S. Marines and all this other stuff. But it starts with like a story. And, well, it has curiosity. He's speaking to you. Right? Very, very interesting, compelling copy. Okay. And speaking of that, very conversational in tone, right? Most good direct response copy is very conversational in tone. So going back to Dan's email we just looked at, right? It starts, actually, it was 2 guys. Hold up. Don't freak out. They were bad guys. Right? That reads great. It reads great. But they're not big, dense paragraphs for the most part. There's not like a bunch of like, commas and colons and for which thou shall, it's like, it's how people actually talk. It's like your friend Dan's talking to you, right? That's a really good thing. Here's one from Kelly Felix for an offer he had. My name is Kelly Felix, and I must admit something embarrassing. Not long ago, I overheard some top marketers discussing me in private, and what I heard was soul-crushing. They said I was a has-been, overrated, a one-hit wonder, and although the words pierced through me like a knife, they were kind of right. And it goes on to talk about, how he was washed up, but got his groove back, basically, right? But very conversational. Look how short these sentences are. Very easy, all that kind of stuff. Here's one from Ian Bentley. Ian, I bought courses and programs before and nothing worked. Well, no wonder. Look at who teaches them. Most agency gurus out there have had nothing more than a side hustle for themselves, so now they're repackaging training they bought and peddling the same out-of-date nonsense. All my buddies who are turning over 6 to 8 figures per month will never teach what they know. Why would they? They're busy using what they know to grow their agency, buy out competition, and so on. But some time ago, I actually sold my digital agency in a $20 million deal for a whole company. Just Google Atropolis acquired, and after spending some time away, I decided to return. Not to build up another agency of my own. Instead, I'm here to make a change in the agency education space and personally help a small handful of up-and-coming agencies implement our proprietary approach for growth. Right? So, pretty conversational. It's still like it's like a, kind of more of a sophisticated client for him, probably. But it's also, like, why would they? Right? Like, short sentences, punchy, all that. So crucial. Okay, number 6. Good direct response copy, contains at least one clear call to action. So we go back to this ad right here, Van Bentley. Download my free case study here, right? And here's the link. Here's the link again. But it has a clear call to action, right? Do that. Here's for Tommy Chong, right? Choose the 6-bottle package or any other package that's right for you below and secure your order today while there are supplies in stock. Add to cart, right? It's telling you to choose whatever package and buy it. Here's a Yoga Burn, which is another kind of sales letter, right? But basically, like, limited time offer, add to cart, right? Call us to action there. Back to these guys, right? Shop now, link, right? Call to action, telling them to shop now. Back to Dean Graziosi, get my free book shipped now, right? Call us to action. Now, in addition to this, other places where you'll see direct response copywriting, radio ads, TV infomercials, newspaper ads, direct mail, so like ads you get in the mail, newsletters that you get, dating profiles. I think that's kind of interesting to note too, right? I mean, like I've seen people look at their like Tinder profiles and like write from a copy perspective and do really well with that. Online listings for something like a bike or something, or a house, right, for a realtor. Selling from stage, I think you can follow a lot of the same great copy principles to sell from stage. Selling in person, like door to door, or like consultative, like in person selling over the phone. Honestly, you could even add in like DMs and messages, right? These are all places where you can use it. So That's about it for this one. I just wanted to go ahead and shoot this video so that you can see what, if you're early on, just kind of getting exposure for different types of ads and what they are and all of that. So hopefully you enjoy this. And we'll stop right there.